Good Thursday afternoon, friends. I'm ABC24 Memphis meteorologist Trevor Birchett. We are coming on live to ABC24 Plus, also Facebook and YouTube, with a live update on the winter weather that is just moments away from moving into the Mid-South. So now is the time to mentally prepare yourself, get your homes ready, all that kind of good stuff for the active weather we're going to see a little later today. I'm going to give us just a couple of minutes here to let some folks join in. While we're doing that, I'm going to share this over to our social media platforms, my social media platform, and then we will go from there. Let's see if we can get this shared over to my page. Like I said, give us just a second. We will get things kicked off here. While we're waiting, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from, what the weather is like. I'm most interested, this might sound kind of silly, but wherever you are in your neighborhood, I'm curious to know what the roads look like. Are they wet still? Are there puddles around? Because that's what we're going to watch for later on today as these temperatures drop. If there are puddles still when the temperature gets cold, that's going to turn into black ice. So we really need it to stop doing this drizzly, misty kind of thing. We need the puddles to kind of dry up. And so there's less chance of black ice, but still a possibility. It's still something we're going to look out for. Again, like I said, we're going to get started here in just a second. I got to share some stuff over to my page and we will jump into your weather update. Really not a lot has changed on the timing front of things. We are still expecting snow to begin here within the next few hours. We are expecting bitterly cold temperatures to move in. Okay, now I've got the comments pulled up, so if you are typing anything, I can see what y'all are saying. Other than that, the forecast is pretty much on track. Let's get started. I want to show you the three things you need to know. Temperatures are going to drop dramatically. We are almost 50 degrees right now, 44. We are going to see those temperatures drop dramatically over the next few hours, so just prepare for that. Snow is likely across the area from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. You know what's in the middle of that? Your evening commute. That's going to be a hassle today. We'll talk about that. And then later tonight, if there is any water or snow left on the roads, we've got the potential for slick spots and black ice. So kind of a trifecta of issues. We've got temperatures, snow, ice, all issues today that we're going to have to tackle. Let's start off with radar right now. I'm going to show you kind of what's going on. At first glance, the radar does not look that active, but if you zoom in a little closer, unfortunately, we've had this mist and drizzle through most of the morning, which, to be perfectly candid with you, was not expected to this degree. We expected some light rain, but it's just kind of kept going. We expected it to be done by now. So that has led to some water on the roads, and that water, if it stays there over the next few hours, if this rain does not stop in the metro, will lead to a bigger concern for black ice. Now, black ice is different from freezing rain, which causes ice. Freezing rain happens when it rains and it ices on the surface, it ices on power lines, it's a mess. Black ice is bad, but it's when there's already water on the road and it ices. So with black ice, you don't have to worry about power lines coming down as much, tree branches, all that stuff. That would be with freezing rain, which we don't expect out of this system. Take a look at your temperatures around the region. You can find the cold front. You don't have to be a meteorologist, let me tell you. 43 in Memphis, 45 in Little Rock, 2 degrees in Springfield, Missouri. It is crazy. In fact, let's put out the measuring tool. From Springfield to Little Rock, about 180 miles, a 40-degree temperature drop. So that's what's going to be coming in here later today. As these temperatures plummet, I'm telling you, it is going to be a dramatic drop. So just get ready for that. Let me show you your hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of today. By lunchtime, which is now, we expect temperatures to be in the mid-40s. We'll have some light mist, rain, drizzle kind of a situation that is going to kind of keep on going. And that mist is probably going to be with us now for the next several hours. Temperatures start to drop probably within the next 2 hours. I would say by 2 p.m. we will start to see part of our area temperatures. They're going to start to go down. Check out 3 p.m., 40 degrees. That's the start of it. We'll see a rain-snow mix at 3 p.m. By 6 p.m., 19. That's the dramatic temperature drop. We'll see some snow 5 to 6 p.m. in Memphis, and it's going to be windy as all get out. And that's one of my biggest concerns is it's going to be so windy as the snow is coming down. It's going to be hard to see. Visibility is going to be low. It's almost going to be like a fog. So that evening commute, I'm telling you, even if the roads themselves are not slick, that evening commute is probably not going to be a fun one. I would say if you can leave a little early, I would not be on the roads in Memphis between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. today. Again, I would not be on the roads in Memphis from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. if I did not have to. If you can leave a little bit early from work, I told our folks that work back here in sales, the ones that work banking hours, a lot of us don't. We work these crazy hours. But for our folks in the back office that work the regular 9 to 5, I said, hey, if y'all can let out at 2:30, get to where you're going by 3:30 at the latest. Don't try to get back out until 7. Let that windy, blowing snow pass us by, and then, we got to look out for black ice, but the worst of the blinding snow will be done. Let's take this hour by hour. Again, right now, here comes that cold front. Really, by 2 to 3 p.m., we're going to start to see temperatures drop. Check this out, 2 p.m., 47 in Memphis. We're going to be 30 in Wynne, Arkansas, just across the river. We're going to start out with a little bit of rain, but I think it'll quickly transition to snow. The quicker it goes to snow, the better. We don't want any rain because that's just going to be more black ice for later. We need this to turn to snow as quickly as possible, and I think it's going to be no more than 30 minutes of rain before it goes to all snow. Check this out. Snow starts in Memphis by about 3 p.m. Still 49 in Oxford, down to 24 in Wynne with snow in eastern Arkansas. 4 p.m. down to 28 in Memphis. The snow is going to keep going, snowing in Dyersburg, then 24 degrees, 33 in Clarksdale. I think everybody's seeing some snow by 6 p.m. still, but it starts to end in eastern Arkansas. They're down to 12 degrees by 6 o'clock, 18 in Memphis, 25 in Corinth. Now the snow is going to move out pretty quickly. 7 p.m. the snow's done in Memphis. So really that's why I was saying it's that time frame from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. that's really not going to be best to be on the roads because it's going to be hard to see as that snow is coming down. I don't think the roads are going to be slick that soon, but it's just going to be hard to see. You don't want to be driving in that mess. 8 p.m. some snow left over in Corinth, but by 9 o'clock the snow's done. The snow is there's going to be some on the ground, but the snow will not be falling at that point. Look at our temperatures though. 8 p.m. 14 in Memphis, 7 in Wynne, 8 in Dyersburg. And I'm just going to roll this through to 6 a.m. Friday. 6 degrees in Memphis, 2 in Somerville and Covington, 1 Dyersburg, 3 in Corinth, 4 in Wynne. So this is that dangerous kind of cold that we've been talking about. It is going to come in. So it's going to kind of come in waves. That's what I explained to our staff here in the newsroom. The first issue we're going to have to deal with is the snow. That's going to cause visibility issues. Then we're going to have to worry about black ice as that cold air comes in. Starting at 7 p.m., I would say those roads in patches could be slick. Then it gets dangerously cold overnight into tomorrow. So kind of in stages, we've got to deal with this. Let's talk about our snowfall accumulations. I don't expect a whole heck of a lot of snow. I do think it will be enough to pretty up your front yard for Christmas. So if you want to do some cool family Christmas photos tomorrow, be my guest. I don't think it's going to be enough to build a snowman, but it should be pretty. About an inch of snow in Memphis. North of town, Covington, Ripley, Dyersburg, maybe closer to 2 inches. North Mississippi, I think you might be closer to a ½ inch, maybe a dusting. But like I said, I think many of us will see enough snow to at least coat the ground and make it look pretty. Winter weather advisory is in effect for the entire Mid-South. What does that mean? Well, this is not a situation, I don't think, where every single road is going to be just covered in ice, impassable, nightmare, disaster level. I don't think it's going to be that. What I think is going to happen is we are going to have some slick spots that develop patches of ice, especially on your bridges and overpasses, that could have an impact on traffic tonight into tomorrow. If you don't have to get out starting at 7 p.m. tonight into tomorrow, I would not. But if you do have to go around, I would recommend using the interstates because they're most likely to be treated and clear. And then use caution. Just please take it slow, but I don't think it's going to be a situation where every road is covered. What we're going to have to look out for, though, is black ice. That is a thin layer of ice. It's very hard to see, but it happens when there's some water on the road and then it freezes into a very thin layer of ice. It's so thin you can't really see it, and it blends in with that black pavement. That's why we call it black ice. And you can be driving along just fine and you hit a patch of black ice and suddenly your wheels are going in a different direction. That's not what we want. So we need you to take it slow, like I said, if you have to be out. And then of course our focus shifts to the wind chill. Friday morning our wind chill is going to be -13 in Memphis, -19 in Dyersburg, -13 in Holly Springs. So remember your 3 Ps. People, check on people, bring in your pets. and check on your pipes. Protect those because you don't want to burst pipe. Cover up your outdoor spigots and drip your faucets, especially if you're going to be out of town for the holiday weekend. Don't turn your heat off. All right, that was a lot. I'm going to recap it for you on the 7-day forecast, and if nobody has any questions, we'll hop off here. If you are watching on Facebook, if you comment below, I've got the questions up and I can happily answer some if you do have any. So we're going to get to near 50 degrees today. Starting at about 2 p.m., temperatures plummet. By 5 p.m., we're in the 20s. Lows tonight in the single digits. We're going to have snow move through from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be heaviest and the hardest to see in Memphis between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So I would not try to be on the road between those hours. Get to wherever you're going by 3:30 and then stay off the roads while that heavy wind-driven snow is falling, because it's going to be snowing. Winds are going to be 40 miles an hour. It's just going to be hard to see. It's going to be a mess. I'm telling you. The evening commute today. Expect delays if you got to be out. Tonight, look out for black ice. Slick spots on your bridges and overpasses especially, but anywhere could see a patch of ice. Like I said, go out in your front yard, go look on your street. Wherever you see a puddle right now, that's going to be ice in a few hours, so just keep that in mind. Tomorrow, dangerous wind chills, high of 16, wind chills below zero through most of the day. If you got to be out, multiple layers. Dress in multiple layers because that wind's going to cut through your clothing. Christmas weekend, not as cold, still cold. 25 Saturday, 29 Christmas Day, a mix of sun and clouds. Maybe a flurry Monday night into Tuesday. I don't expect anything too significant out of that, but temperatures do climb pretty quickly after that. We're going to be back to the 50s on Wednesday. That will be a welcome change. So that is the update from me. A lot going on here in the Weather Center. We're going to be here all afternoon. We've got live updates coming up on ABC24 News. We'll also hop back on here, I'm sure, a little bit later tonight as that commute is starting. Like I said, it's going to be a mess, not because the roads will be necessarily slick by 5 p.m., but because it's going to be snowing and windy. So that's not going to be good. Is it possible that the system could slow down or stall? I don't think that's likely. It's such a fast-moving system. That's why the temperatures are dropping so fast. It's going to kind of get in and get out. Now, the impacts might linger a little longer, but I think it's going to start at 3 p.m., 2 or 3, and the snow will be done by 8 or 9. So that's why we don't expect huge snowfall amounts out of this system, because it's just going to be moving too fast to produce anything. But I do hope it'll be enough to pretty up the front yard. And we'll have a white Christmas if we're lucky, just something pretty to look at. At this point, though, I might take sunny and 75 like we had last year on Christmas. All right, friends, that's all I've got from the ABC24 Weather Center. If anything new develops, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. You can search @WeatherTrevor. And we will be back on air at 2 p.m. today with a live update at the beginning of Dr. Phil. Also a live update at the top of the Karamo Show at 3 p.m. and a live update at the top of the Jennifer Hudson Show at 4 p.m. Of course, after that, we start our newscast, ABC 24 News at 5. Hope to see you then. Otherwise, bundle up, slow down.